And I said, that's why you'll never get that out of the carpet. Greetings, people of the theater and performing arts lovers groups. We are now live. My name is Gary Mitchell. You will know me as the head crazy in charge of our little group of fans. I'm also with the DragonCon American Sci-Fi Classics track. And StreamYard does not want to stream to our Facebook group. This broadcast is just remove the destination and re-add. Okay, well then I will remove.
Oh no.
And re-add.
Technology.
Gotta love it.
I've never had it start to stream and then say it won't.
And it was also streaming to the American Sci-Fi Classics track, which is being weird. All right, but now we're live. Hi. And we have a cat. So, thank you everybody joining us on YouTube for being patient, and for everybody on the Facebook for joining us. And I will reintroduce myself again as Gary Mitchell. You can find me on our Facebook group, and you can find me on the American Sci-Fi Classics track at DragonCon, and I am the co-host of a horror podcast known as A Podcast of Amontillado. I am very proud of that pun, and I am joined by my lovely co-fans, Sarah Rose.
Hey.
And Sue K.
Hello.
Yes, and I'm just double checking that yes, we are okay. Yes, Facebook says yes, we exist. We exist.
Well, that's good. I was worried.
Yes. So we are here basically to have a little quick discussion for our group that we exist, that plans are in motion, that DragonCon we're halfway there, which is weird feeling because DragonCon always either feels like it's forever or tomorrow.
Get out of my brain, man.
Mm-hmm. And right now it feels kind of tomorrow-y.
Y'all, this is inside baseball right now, but the thing I couldn't turn on turned itself on.
Oh wow.
I'm freaked out now. Anyway.
It was waiting for showtime.
I guess.
The ghost of the theater group.
Yes.
Hi, Sherman.
Dun, 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 dun. Yes, hello. So, well, let's start this off with, most of everybody should be familiar with who I am, and most everybody should be familiar with Sarah from doing the live broadcasts that we've been doing. And so you were on our very first one, but for anybody who missed that, give them a little review of who you are and why you're here.
So in nerddom, I am one of the hosts of Women at Warp, a Star Trek podcast, where we talk about intersectional diversity and infinite combinations. In DragonCon land, I am an attending professional for that reason. I'm also a classics track volunteer, an eternal member, and one of the folks who run the DragonCon newbies group. So I'm very busy at DragonCon, especially on Thursday. And in the theater world, I am an arts professional. I work on Broadway, and actually had a very busy day with the Phantom of the Opera today. So they had a gala performance near their closing go on sale today. So it was a big day in my world. Yeah. So I mean that's all my boxes. Tick them all.
Yeah, gotta tick them all. All right, so we're getting some comments. Everybody saying hello. If you are doing it on the Facebook, please remember to go to let StreamYard know that you give it permission to use your name, because right now I just see a lot of Facebook users and
Facebook user, and Sherman.
Sherman. Yes. Sherman is a professional Facebook watcher. He has done it quite a few times. Oh,
Who
anyway,
track? Who dis?
indeed. All right, so I'm just trying to get to, because Facebook is being a pain tonight. Just trying to get to where I can see the comments and get people's names, and Facebook is just not working with me. So while I scroll here and try to do producery things, Sarah, why don't you go ahead and just give everybody a quick little overview of where we're at?
Okay. Well, so the big question everybody has for us is what's going on with the theater track? It's mainly why we're here. The status of the theater track is not yet, basically. Yet being the prime thing detail going on here. So we're going to be we're going to be still trying for 2024. We are working on some cool stuff at con that we'll still be doing. Basically, what it comes down to is space, which we all know. DragonCon, it's a big convention, and they don't have a room for us right now. But we're still trying, and we still have a lot of exciting stuff coming up. So just because we're not official doesn't mean we're not going to be at con.
Yes. Yeah, that is the main thing. Is we have been told multiple times it's not a situation that they don't want us. It's finding a space for us because, as she said, and as everybody knows who's been to DragonCon, there's a lot going on. There are a lot of tracks, and it's amazing how quickly we fill up 5 hotels. Yeah. Now, Sue, with working with the newbies track and everything, you could probably speak to a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's not just the 5 hotels anymore. It's the 5 hotels and portions of America's Mart and the internet, because we've even moved into pre-recorded streaming panels. That's more difficult to say than you'd think it would be. And yeah, even with tracks combining and changing names and moving around a lot, there is still a run on space, and significant construction for the last several years on a lot of the DragonCon venues. So hopefully once, the construction finally ends, I know it's like a big joke in Atlanta, once the construction finally ends, hopefully there will be a space for us somewhere, a space for us.
There's a place for us.
Wow, I didn't think that was that funny. I mean, we do often get relegated to rehearsing in a basement. That is standard practice. However, that is also where the blood drive is.
Yes.
So,
Which, as
we don't need any more vampires around. Like, come on.
Yeah, but I would like to say, if you can and you want, if you're able to, please donate at the blood drive. DragonCon tip: if you go donate blood and then go drink, you spend less on alcohol because it doesn't take as much.
And if you do go, the better snacks are earlier in the weekend. If you wait until Sunday night, they will be out of Nutter Butters.
Yes.
That's a shame.
We do also have a question, and this is from Kristen Streck, even though it's going to say Facebook user here. We actually are working sort of in that direction. We're getting our foot in the door. One of the main things we've got to do to get us to be an actual track and not just a group of fans is proof that to the convention that there is an audience for this. And part of that is we are actually in communication with a few different tracks to do panels on their tracks. Now it's still going to be, that panel, that track's programming, but it will be theater related. And then the convention does take a census of how many people are in each panel. If you've ever been at DragonCon and notice someone stick their head in the room with a clipboard and then go out, that's someone doing a head count. Yeah. And if we can go, hey, we helped co-do these panels, and you can see that these people were here, find us a spot. We will fill
and highly rated, because they look at the ratings too.
Yeah. Yes. And it's also important that programming is across multiple tracks. If we can fill up a Shakespeare panel in Brit Track and a musical panel, I don't know, like Rogers the Musical on American Sci-Fi, or something on Filk or something on alternate history, and we can consistently fill up theater related programming on multiple tracks, that is a lot more telling than just sort of taking over, using Gary's influence to take over American sci-fi classics.
Definitely.
I have never done anything in such a way that they can prove.
Not that we won't be utilizing classics, because we are going to be utilizing classics too.
As Joe Crow would say, American sci-fi classics, we do what we want.
Yeah. A few people popped in and said, Sarah, you've been awfully quiet lately. And I'm like, yes, it's all about programming right now and trying to get panels arranged on these different tracks. And so,
which
unfortunately concrete, because things change, but
that point, theater programming or non-theater programming, if you have an idea for a panel on any track about any topic, now's the time to reach out to the track director.
Yes, because
Shakespeare.
Dirty little secret, the DragonCon actual programming is probably starting about now. There are a few tracks that have already started some of the prelims, but really this is the time of the year that the track directors, we finally recovered enough to go, okay, now I can start thinking about what we're doing this year. So this is the time to strike, and you don't want to wait much longer than this, because I can also tell you it does not take long to fill up a schedule and then go, oh, I want to do a panel about this. Oh, I don't have any room for it. I've already filled my whole weekend.
Right.
But yes.
And that's a big part of why we're doing what we're doing now. And part of the reason we're doing this halfway is we want to see, what do you guys want to see? We can't make any promises. Okay. Right. But if you guys have requests, let us know now, because we have so much better a chance of arranging something now than we do, say, in June, when the general consensus of the population starts thinking about DragonCon. And so that's a big part of why I wanted to do this, help get people excited, keep people informed, and get some ideas rolling, because we want this to be a thing. There will be sing-alongs. Alt History just announced their first sing-along. We're hoping to be involved. We don't have anything concrete yet on the sing-along. I think they have more planned, but again, I'm not on their staff, so I can't speak 100%. Things always change. Yes. And then there's Gary's sing-along, which you want to tell them about that?
Every Thursday, the American Sci-Fi Classics track and the American Sci-Fi and Fantasy Media track do our sing-along on Thursday nights. I am always impressed with our attendance, because we usually end up also head-to-head with the Bunny Hutch, which also draws a crowd. But we usually do that room, and we have a giant video screen. We encourage dancing. We encourage singing along. We put the words on the screen so you can actually sing along. It is a really good way to kick off the convention. I have enjoyed doing it for the last few years and look forward to, and I try to sprinkle in more musical theater bits where I can, but we tend to focus more on stuff that's actually been used in shows. Like there's a little one called Greatest Showman. It's a little underground movie. Not a lot of people have seen it, but the music's all right.
We got a tribute for an eventual theater track there, I see.
Oh, yes.
I do want to issue a small correction that it is not every Thursday, but every year on Thursday.
Yeah, okay, yes, true.
Don't
Yeah, it
show
will not
up
be
next
happening. Yeah.
Thursday at the Marriott or the Westin, I guess. Marriott Westin.
Hmm.
It's been in
Yep,
the
and
Hilton the last couple years.
right. I keep hoping we can move to another ballroom, but we go where the con sends us. And I've seen quite a few people posting comments like this, so I want to go ahead and just jump on this as well. If you are in the Atlanta area, or if you can make it to the Atlanta area, look on the DragonCon schedule to find out when the volunteer meetings are. There was just one on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Show up for that and get your foot in the door as a volunteer now, even if it's not for our track. Not that we have a track, but when we, get in there, get in the door now, and that way, if we do manage to become a thing, you are already in, you're already on. Now, the main thing to know about being a DragonCon volunteer is, one, it's awesome.
Can
Two,
confirm.
your first year, it costs you $20, but that's it. So it's the really good way to get a DragonCon ticket at an affordable cost. Now, you will work. Personally, there is so much going on at DragonCon that you will find someplace to work probably that you'll enjoy. I always tend to recommend to people, if you can pick up heavy things, volunteer for the load in, load out, because all their hours are on the first day and the last day. Then you're free the whole rest of the convention. Safety is always looking for people. Sit there at the door, check badges, make sure everybody's there supposed to be there. I understand that also the travel people, if you have a driver's license, is always looking for people.
Registration is a good one too if you want to front load those hours.
Yes.
The thing, as a more recent volunteer than Gary, the thing I think to keep in mind is that it's the track volunteer positions that are the most coveted by a lot of people. Not everyone, but by most people. And it is easier to get them if you're already a volunteer somewhere else. You're sort of like first in line. So if you're thinking of you want to be a future track volunteer, if/when the track materializes, it is, if you're able, it is a good idea to become a volunteer sooner rather than later for the con in general.
Right, because I can let you know that each of the tracks only gets a certain number of volunteers. Like the American Sci-Fi Classics track has 8 volunteers. Once we have those 8 slots, we're done. We don't get any more volunteers for our track to work in our track room. So yeah, definitely beat the rush. Get in there, be a volunteer somewhere else first, and then when, keeping optimistic, we become a thing, we can get you in. They will try to put you in safety, because they are always looking for people, and it's really not that bad a gig. It's really not. Now, this also ties into something that we're planning. Now, I will neither condone nor confirm that a flash mob is a good idea. I have thoughts on flash mobs in general. However, we will be at the parade.
Yes.
I think a flash mob after the parade might upset Atlanta PD just a little bit.
But, yeah. And Lydia, I think you actually probably know a little bit about this already, just to guess. But we will be actually having some very kind members allowing us to use their speaker during the parade, which means we have the opportunity to dance, to perform, to have fun during the parade. And that is going to be so much fun. Now, the biggest thing with the parade is we cannot stop. Unless the parade itself stops ahead of us, we can't stop the parade to perform. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't walk. We can always do the greatest showman dance thing there like their little march thing they do. And it'll be a lot of fun. We're still working. Yes, we are walking in the parade. We have a parade group sign up. I will post that back to the thing. We can't stop the beat. Yes, we can't stop the parade either. Correct. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I have one volunteer who is going to help lead the parade groups. I am looking for one other person who might be willing to people wrangle on the day. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. Basically we have 20-ish wristbands left for marchers, first come, first serve. If you have your own, great. You don't need one of ours. You can march with us. It's going to be a fun time. So,
absolutely. I usually miss the parade because I'm running a track, but I highly encourage anyone, even if you're not going to be in the parade, if you can, go and catch it. There are some lovely balconies you can probably watch it from. That is usually the best. That's why those convention rooms at the hotel are so hard to get. But
there's an upcharge for them now.
Yeah.
That's why my room got moved.
Was taking them away from people last year, and there were a lot of unhappy people.
Yes. But definitely make some time to go and check out the parade if you can. It is a ball. And if you can't watch it live in person, DragonCon also usually does stream it on DCTV. It's usually hosted by Mark Meir and 2 other people. Crispy has done it a few times. Hi, Crispy. So yeah, definitely check it out some way or another. Watch it on TV. There we go. That is Kelly. Hi, Kelly. All right, now I want to go back to one other question from the YouTube. Thank you to everybody watching on the YouTube. We greatly appreciate it. Greg Bell asks, I've got an idea for a panel that will work well in conjunction with the Filk track. Where would I send that idea? You want to go to the Filk track.
Well, if you want us to be involved with it, Greg, send me a message so that we can co-collaborate. I've actually already been talking to Filk. So send me a message and we'll talk to Filk together. So
yes. But if you have a idea for a track in general, even if it's not theater related, if you think, hey, this would make a really good panel, get involved with that panel. Find them on Facebook, find them
involved with that track.
And whatever. Yes, that track. Did I say track? I thought
you said panel.
I said if you have a panel, that's a good idea for a. You see, there's a disconnect at times. There's the word in my head and the word that comes out of my mouth. And
yeah.
They don't talk to each other.
Many of the tracks have Facebook groups.
Yes.
And you can reach the directors that way. Not all of them, though. Digital media has moved almost entirely to Discord. That's the way to get in touch with them. But the best way, the central information hub of where to find each track is actually the DragonCon website. You can go to tracks and, select the one you want to reach, and there should be a contact button for each one because all of the tracks have email addresses.
Definitely.
Yes. And I can tell you, track directors are almost always looking for ideas. Even if they don't use your idea, they are always open to hearing, that might be a cool thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that from personal experience. Oh, that's a good idea. Write that down. So I want to move on a little bit. So we have a reveal. We are not yet a official track, but there is one thing that DragonCon loves. I don't think they started at DragonCon, but they certainly are a major part of DragonCon now, and it is the badge ribbons.
Yay!
So let me see here. We are going to have a badge ribbon. We're going to give them out. Right now, I'm not sure how many we're going to get because those things are not, shall we say, inexpensive.
They're not.
Once they're gone, they're gone. Hey, a ribbon for you, a ribbon for you.
Now, if there is anybody who would like to donate to a badge ribbon fund, I will certainly welcome communicating with you offline. Send us some messages, and
Yep.
Where did they go? I know you sent
We
it.
we did have a fund last year, and it helped quite a bit with the badge ribbons, and ultimately it ended up being done through Venmo, and it worked pretty well. And so by all means, send us a message offline, though. Don't send any money while we're
because
here.
and we definitely don't want to act like we're saying, you have to, we're getting ribbons. The ribbons, yes, we will have ribbons. This is not dependent on anybody sending us anything. It's just if anybody wishes to donate, there'll be more. All right. Now I know, Sarah, you sent me the file.
I did it. I did. Do I need to send it again?
Yes, please.
Do you want me to pull it up on my phone and hold my phone to the camera?
I was prepared. Hold on.
I'm not kidding.
Hold on.
There it is. I found it.
You found it.
It is.
He's pulling it up.
Yes. All right.
Sneak peek.
We are going to give you the idea or a preview. Where we go? Share screen. Share screen. Come on. Yes.
Yay.
Like I said.
Yep. I was just going to make this thing work. But there we go. Yes. And I'm sure everybody gets the reference. If not, Sue?
This is 6.
Yes.
The Broadway musical 6. Carpet.
Yay.
Ribbons. Pie. Cults. Swag. Googly eyes.
Yes.
And tonight, DragonCon. We are live.
So we have another one we were also looking at. So there might be more. But yes. And let's see here. We had this question from Lydia. Would it help if we purchase our ribbons and reverse the that's maybe a good idea. That is a good idea. The main thing I am very much cautious about is because this is it does say DragonCon on there. I want to make sure everybody completely and fully understands that we are not officially part of DragonCon, and we are not asking for your money.
Nope.
Right.
We're saying if you want to give your money, you can.
What if we offered people, I'm brainstorming on the fly here,
We've never done that,
who want to give out the ribbons to purchase a portion of them to give out. So because
that's a brilliant idea.
But if one person orders them all, it makes all of them less expensive.
True.
So we buy 500, but somebody wants 50. Anyway,
that's
a
really good idea. We will brainstorm this.
I've never come up with anything on the fly in public on a panel before.
Never. Collaboration. Who needs it?
I have. I can neither confirm nor deny that I have been at DragonCon doing something else and getting a text from people in my track room going, "We're doing this." Me going, "What?" Yes.
Definitely never been that person.
No. All right, and so just got some nice reactions to the ribbon. So thank you, everybody. And
hey, we welcome singing.
Yes. And Kelly asks, "I'd love to rate it. We are actually good friends with Bill. and
He's
with
been on a
the
panel.
ARTC. So we will definitely be doing something with them. When we are able to make this happen, we will definitely be working with them. Bill is a wonderful guy. I've worked with him at multiple conventions. And so, yes, that is definitely something to look forward to. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Be careful of that.
Nah,
We are not a 501c3.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
was
true.
gonna say probably not this in this case. We're not.
Please consult your accountant.
Yeah, we are not going to make that claim.
Yes. All right. So, and let me get that back. So let me get back to our notes. So that was pretty much our big reveal. There may also be stickers, but I'm holding on to those.
Mhm.
Those, some things I gotta save for the show. I mean, come on.
If we give it all away now, there's nothing to tease over the next 6 months.
Yeah,
Yes.
because we have 6 months.
We have less than 6 months. Do I need to pull out how many days we have?
No.
5,000.
It
Last
feels
year.
it feels both like a ton of time and like tomorrow.
Yes.
Like, how am I already behind prepping for DragonCon? I don't even have my panels yet.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Speaking of,
it
go ahead.
depends on when you count DragonCon to start, how many days we have left too.
True. Mine starts on the Wednesday before.
Ditto.
Tuesday.
Yes.
I'm one of the crazy people.
Yeah. Well, especially since I started working it, and I remember one year I tried to do, okay, I'll work a half day on that Wednesday and then go to con after I get off work. And I spent all morning at work completely useless.
Yeah.
That was more recent than anybody watching this would believe, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, I'm adhering to the stickers.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sherman.
Very, very nice, Sherman.
And Lydia, actually, starting about 2 years ago, Monday is the new Thursday. I mean, my goodness.
It's not that
Look,
bad.
no, there were people I think even last year, but I know for a fact the year before that, there were people in costume roaming the halls of the hotels on the Monday before DragonCon.
There were some of us who have missed DragonCon so much from 2020 that we may have showed up the Saturday before. Not going to name names here.
Thursday is the big arrival day. No, excuse me. Wednesday is the big arrival day. It used to be Thursday. We have seen that change over the last couple of years. What I think is really happening is that the con is moving the other direction. I think Tuesday is the new Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. It really is. Tuesday is the next big thing to happen the Tuesday after con.
It's so much. I mean, if you're attending, I don't want to just say just attending, but if you're just attending, it's one thing. If you're volunteering or working or paneling or breaking down in any other kind of way, doing all that and then packing and going to the airport, that's too much for one day. I'm old now.
Yeah. And then there are still things even for attendees to do. That's the thing.
It keeps getting later and later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Monday is a full con day, and so many people don't realize that. Still, it's there's still panels, there's still the vendors room, there's still stuff going on.
And I mean, not even 5 years ago, there was pretty much nothing afternoon.
Right.
And now it's at least till 5. There's
programming
officially
that official ends at 5.
Yeah. I know that per DragonCon rules, the panels have to go, I think, until noon on Monday, but they're allowed in the scheduler to up to
the 4 o'clock panel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's anyway.
And then there's the wrap up panel, which we got a call out at last year, and Rachel acknowledged the want for a theater track in that wrap up panel. And so I highly encourage everybody to go to that, because you do get a lot of ideas of what they're thinking. And depending on how they do it, sometimes you can actually talk to them one-on-one.
Be persistent, but be polite.
Yes. Don't annoy them.
Polite.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Not pushy, polite.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They have heard us. They have asked us to stop bombarding. I will say as well, yes, please let's not bombard. But definitely that's why we're doing this. We're not going to let it die. We're going to let them know, oh, the interest is still here. We still want this to happen. One of the best ways you can do that is please subscribe, comment, like, subscribe on the YouTube, and join us on the Facebook. I'm assuming you've already joined us on the Facebook if you're here. If you have friends in your friends group who are even remotely interested in going to DragonCon, get them to join our Facebook group.
Yes, please.
We need that proof of engagement. We need that proof of there is an interest.
Yeah.
The fact that we're doing this panel on a Friday night when you could be out watching theater, and you're watching us,
and it's
thank you.
Drinking holiday.
Yes.
People at DragonCon drink? What?
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, DragonCon. I've never heard that before.
DragonCon.
DragonCon is an excuse to drink pie.
I need somebody to come up with cherry pie. I'm just saying, if you can come up with cherry pie, I will be very happy.
I have friends who have made pie, apple. It is the standard, but I've also seen peach.
The peach was so good.
It was. I've seen one person did a peanut butter. I had one friend that found a whipped cream flavored vodka, so they did pie a la mode.
Awesome.
So I'm pretty sure we can get someone out there to make you some cherry pie.
Cherry pie, and I will be happy. You will get an extra ribbon and an extra sticker.
Stephanie, yes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's a thumbs up from Walter Frey. If you get that reference, I love you. So let's see here. So we're this is where we're at. We're not happening this year, but we are going to stay motivated. We're going to stay involved. We're working with other. Yes, we are going to have a meetup. We still are figuring out exactly when that's going to happen. We did it last year on Thursday. That seemed to be pretty good, except that there were a lot of people going, wait a minute, there was a meetup and I missed it. So we're looking at maybe either doing it on a different day or doing it maybe maybe
a second one.
Yeah. If we do that, we will post them in the Facebook group to let people know when and where. That is, again, the main thing on doing it not on Thursday is finding a space to it. Since we don't have an official con space yet, it's just finding a spot. Now, I do know there are people who do meetups in all the different hotels. They meet under the different escalators, which again means that we're competing for space. We're going to I'm having my meetup here. Mm-hmm. To cue your Reese's peanut butter commercial. You got your theater track in my Star Trek track. You got your Star Trek track in my theater track.
I mean, perfect combination.
That's
Two great tastes that taste great together.
Yes.
Yes. So we are going to do that. There was also talk about people wanting to do a theater-themed photo shoot. If you wish to do that, please. It's not something I don't think I'm going to be able to organize, but I think it's a wonderful idea. So if it is something that you would be interested in writing herd on, please reach out to me, Sarah, Sue, and let's get that going.
I'm already committed to doing a photo shoot this year, Gary. We're having
there we go. Busy.
Up. Come on, man.
Come on, Gary.
Right.
No, we are going to do a photo shoot this year. That is something that a lot of people ask for at con, and I've already said that I'm going to facilitate that. Signups have not started yet this year. It's not going to be on Saturday because parade, and we're not going to do it on Saturday. Most likely not on Thursday either. But yes, we are going to be doing a photo shoot. Now, that being said, everybody is welcome to also facilitate their own photo shoots, especially if you want to have one specifically on 6 or specifically about musicals, because our photo shoot is going to be all performance related, not just musicals, not just one thing, not just Greatest Showman or something like that. So that is something to be said. So for sure.
Yes. And that is actually a wonderful segue of we are going to be doing the once a month at least meetups and our online panels. And our very next one, come here,
It's down on the bottom,
is theater, more than just musicals. Magic, improv, and dance. So that is another one. This is something I've said before, and everybody is kind of aware of. One of the big hurdles that we've had in getting this pitched to people is there are people who go, well, I don't know if there's enough musical theater to justify an entire track. It's like, it's not just musicals.
But even if it were, there is.
Yes.
Definitely. For sure. But non-musical people don't believe that.
Yes.
There's a whole
I've
convention that is.
Broadway Con. Yes. So
Broadway Con.
Mhm.
It's just, I hear that and I hear work the weekend. Anyway.
Another thing we're also doing to keep our attention to the DragonCon overlords is we are going to participate with a donation to the DragonCon charity this year by having another raffle. Last year we raffled off a playbill. This year we will be doing that again. We have not found the playbill we're going to raffle off yet. If there is a particular,
I'll take care of it.
Thank you. I was going to say,
if there's a particular show people are interested in, maybe one that matches our ribbon, maybe.
Yeah.
But there will be a raffle.
Yep. There will be a raffle. And the other thing is like it went over pretty well because we had no promotion for it. I don't know if everyone realizes, but this group is less than a year old. And we literally announced this raffle probably about a month before con, if that, last year. And we made like $150. So, I mean, by all means, I'm hoping we can get some more PR going, more excitement going, and get a good charity donation for Cure Childhood Cancer this year, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So another tip along those lines is actually the DragonCon charity auction accepts donations for the auction. So if you have a piece of theater memorabilia that you are looking to donate that you think would be a hit with the DragonCon crowd, it might be worthwhile to show them that it can bring in some dollars at auction.
Definitely.
And another thing that could happen is if people want to come up with a costuming group, enter the masquerade. Say, hey, we're part of the theater and live performance fan group. Make sure you stress fan group. Don't use the word track until we're a track.
Yes, no track, no hypothetical track, no eventual track.
Yeah.
Don't use the word track.
Avoid the use of the word track unless you're cosplaying Thomas the Tank Engine. Kitty.
The other one's here now.
Yeah.
Oh God, and clumsy.
But yes, indeed, David. One of our guests for the next panel is actually in ballet, if I'm not mistaken.
The next panel is gonna feature John Armstrong, who he did some TV stuff. Penn and Teller, I think he was involved with. I could be wrong on that. Sorsha Masters, who is a professional dancer. She's a member of our group. She is really cool. And then we got Tim Millard. Sorry, I'm trying to pronounce his last name right. And he's a local area Atlanta improv artist. And he is also going to be on our panel. And they're going to be talking about what they do and why it's theater. And it's going to be awesome.
Indeed. So we are pretty much coming up on time that we have allotted for this for right now. This was mainly just to give everybody a state of the show, as it were, and give you some ideas of that. Yes, we are working behind the scenes. This is not something that we're going to let die or fade out. This is something that I have been trying to get going at the convention for years, and hopefully 2024 is our year. I am locking my sights in on that happens. And it does not happen without all of you out there. It's, again, we need the engagement. We need the support. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you watching this live. If you watch this later on the YouTube, I appreciate you watching it in the future. How is it in the future? Do we have better sodas yet? And I just want to thank everybody who has helped in any way, shape, or form. That is my two lovely co-hosts, everybody in the Facebook group, everybody who's been on the virtual panels that we have done so far, and the ones we're going to be doing in the future. I appreciate that everybody has been supportive and done it in the right way, that everybody who has reached out to the con through the app, through email, has been polite, has been kind, has been gracious.
Yeah.
Let's keep that up, because that'll kill it in a heartbeat. Yeah. If we're not, as someone said earlier, be nice.
Yeah. Being loud, not annoying, and be nice. So.
Yes. So before we wrap this up, if there's anybody out there in the comments who has a question, I will also direct you, if you're a first timer to DragonCon, please go to the DragonCon newbies group. There is all kinds of good information there. The newbies group should do maybe something online before con, maybe. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out here.
You're acting like we don't, man.
I was going to say, the newbies group is always active.
Come on.
Yeah.
No, the newbies group will really start ramping up for this year in June. We start because the assumption is that most of the newbies are attendees and not volunteers or panelists or working the con in some way. We ramp up at about 100 days out. So.
Right. But if you wanted to say host a live stream, maybe.
Oh, we did that plenty.
There we go. See
that plenty. You can even go back and watch the old ones.
There we go.
See more of these cats.
That's right. I also want to give a shout out to the ESO Network's DragonCon report, which had Sarah and I on as a guest a little while ago. That is also a great place to get your DragonCon information. Right, we need someone to write that.
Oh God!
You can make it a parody of Newsies, but
all right. So someone get Michael Bailey on the phone, and instead of Newsies, it's Newbies.
Let's go to Reg and wait in line.
Yes.
We can make this happen. I know filters.
It'll move just fine.
Yes, where's
but I'm going to give everybody another minute or two to throw out some questions.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions.
If you have any, and if you have any questions and we don't get to them, or if you don't come up with a question until after we stop broadcasting, please come to the Facebook group and throw your questions in there, and we will answer them. Throw it into ours, throw it into the newbies group, throw it into the ESO. Like we were saying, pretty much every track has a presence online. Go find it.
Most of them on Facebook.
Yes. Yeah, there are, and like you said, there are some on the Discord. Sci-Fi Classics track actually has a Discord. I've never been. I hear it's lovely.
I'm very bad at Discord, which makes working with digital media difficult.
I created a chat for this meetup. That's all the Discord I need.
Ma'am, do you really need to be on the computer?
Yes, absolutely. She needs to show off her beautiful tail.
I saw somebody they made a little cardboard fake laptop, and put that next to their real computer, and the cat would lay on that while they did their work.
Oh, there I have for the other one is currently in a box that I keep on my desk specifically for that reason.
Cat goes here.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for spending your Friday evening with us. I know you could have been watching Shadow and Bone if you didn't already watch it when it dropped yesterday.
Or Star Trek Picard.
Oh my God, it's been so good this year.
It has been. I just need Riker to be playing some trombone. Thank you.
If you know what she means.
Maybe that might have been brought up last night at another panel at a related group there.
Yeah. Sue, have you heard of Star Trek? Have you been watching it?
Gee, I don't know. I don't know. It's not, half of my identity or anything.
Yes.
No, just wait till you see next week.
Oh, I can't wait. I am shocked. Yes, I'm filling time for people to get comments in. I am shocked. Yeah, spoilers if you haven't watched this week, but we're at 24 hours.
Through episode 5. Through episode 5.
Yeah, okay. Through episode 5. The guest star that showed up with that, they kept them secret until the episode dropped. I'm not going to say who it is. I was blown away that they were able to keep that a secret. That was in this digital age when everybody knows everything before it comes out. I was like, well, thank you for giving me a pleasant surprise.
Definitely. Yeah.
Once the screeners went out, I assumed that news would make it out because we all agree to the media embargo. Oh God. we all agree to the media embargo, but things leak anyway. So
yes.
Kudos to everybody who also got the screeners for not leaking. Because
now I gotta go watch it. Like that's literally what I'm gonna go do is go watch it. So
yes, and then go to Women at Warp to watch the recap, to read the recap written by
me. I wrote the recap.
Yes. And honestly, if you are a Star Trek fan, you should be listening to Women at Warp because it is a wonderful podcast.
Thank you.
Here's a card for it.
All right. I can't binge. I don't watch. I can't watch more than 2 hours of a show without tearing my head out because it's like, no, it's all starting to blur together. So I am not a binger, but if you are a binger, I respect your choice.
I sort of involuntarily get myself into binging. And there are, speaking though of TV, and we're going back to the theme, not that I don't love Klingons here, but there are a lot of really cool musical adjacent TV shows coming out, and
nice.
hey.
I can't find the cards. I must have put them somewhere.
But there are really cool, and if that is something that you guys want to see a panel on, by all means, let the track know that it's adjacent to. Let us know, if that's something you want us to be involved in.
Yes.
But
and
Schmigadoon season 2.
Schmigadoon, yes. Schmigadoon was so much better than it had any right to be. It was wonderful. I am so looking forward to season 2.
Yeah.
I miss Gallivant.
Yeah.
The first season was the better one, but still.
That's what I was gonna say. The first
fun.
season I miss. The rest of it. I am still hopeful for Pink Ladies. We'll see. I wasn't super thrilled with the music video, and I have hope for Pink Ladies. And then what's the other one that's coming out? And I literally shared it to the group. It's by the guy who directed Hamilton.
Oh.
I can't remember it. I'll find it eventually and put it in the comments.
And I did love Pushing Daisies when it would break into song.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you have Kristen Chenoweth. What else are you going to do?
Yeah.
Come on.
That is one of the highlight moments of the whole series was her singing in the it was just so good. So good. All right, but I am going to go ahead and put a bring us to a close and draw the curtain and other theatrical references, because I can. And once again, Sarah, thank you. Sue, thank you. If please look us up on the socials if you can, and please join the Facebook group. Oh, Kitty! And
She's singing us off.
yes, playing us off. So we will see you very soon for our next live panel. And just look for more. And I'm going to awkwardly end it there.
Bye.
Bye. Any second now.